So the LSU defense, obviously kind of a much feared unit. They really held down Ole Miss in their last game in Tiger Stadium a couple of weeks ago. One thing that's been an issue for them, though, running quarterbacks, which obviously Alabama is bringing to the table this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. Blake Sims has kind of shown his ability to run these past few games, and they've really worked that quarterback zone read and him pulling down the ball in the passing game. And he's really gashed some defenses. And we see Bo Wallace do that a little bit here also, and just shows how susceptible the LSU defense is to that run, the quarterback run. You know, Bo Wallace is a good runner, but I don't think he's as good as Blake Sims. So look to see Blake Sims get out, have some design runs for him, and then pull down the ball quickly and try to get downfield and get those yards rushing the ball.
So another strength of this LSU defense right now, their pass rush. They're pretty aggressive. They like to come after the quarterback. How do you feel about Alabama's pass protection at this point in the season going into this game?
I think we've definitely progressed and we've gotten a lot better. We've got some guys healthy that were injured in the season and really doing a good job of moving the pocket and setting different launch points from the quarterback. So Blake Sims is rolling out. He's also taking some quick three-step drops and some longer drops to make it harder on the defensive line. But I think our offensive linemen are blocking great. Early in the season, we saw us having some problems with passing off the games up front by the defensive line. And I think they're kind of settled in and have gotten really good at playing together. I think the longer the season goes in, the more you want to see those guys get used to playing each other and helping each other out. And I think we're seeing that up front.
So we hear so much talk about the atmosphere there in LSU. Obviously, that affects the quarterback making calls. It affects the offensive line too, right?
It definitely does. Every play you see the quarterbacks talking outside of the receivers and the running backs, but at the same time, the guys up front are talking. And it's a thing you have to practice during the week. There'll be speakers out on the practice field to simulate the loud noise of the game. But it's going to be communication is paramount in a game like this on the road. You know it's going to be loud. It'll be the loudest environment they've probably played all year. So everybody has to be on the same page and spend a little bit extra time this week working on those nonverbal communication.
All right, earlier in the week, we went back and took a look at the 2008 Alabama-LSU game down there in Baton Rouge. It was a crucial game for you guys that season. We're going to take a look at probably the biggest play from that game, maybe one of the biggest plays of that season. So we're in overtime here. Alabama and LSU tied up. Let's take a look at what's going on and maybe tell us what you guys were thinking going into this possession here.
Yeah, so LSU got the ball first in this overtime, and Rashad Johnson picked the ball off in the back of the end zone, if you'll remember. So we come out, and we get the ball at the 25-yard line, kind of already in field goal territory. But instead, we're just going to take a shot, throw to the best guy, kind of like Amari for now. It was Julio. So we gave Julio, the double move. We've seen the slant go, the sluggo, and we dialed it up. He made a good play on the cornerback, and just gave him a good ball that he could catch and get upfield. We were able to sneak it in a couple plays later, but just we've seen this so often playing LSU, especially down there. It's going to be a tight game. It's going to come down to the last few plays. This is what makes it fun. This is what makes playing these great big rivalry games worth it. Coming down the last plays, winning on the road. It doesn't get much better than that.
That's it for this week on the AL.com Film Room. Join us next week when we'll break down this Alabama-LSU matchup.